start.
Well, Reshma, let me start by wishing all of you a happy new year. সবাইকে শুভ নববর্ষ জানাই। অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমার এই রেকর্ডিংটা বেসিক্যালি রেশমা, প্রিয়াঙ্কা, ডলি এদের কিছু প্রশ্ন বা সন্দেহ থেকে ক্লিয়ার করার জন্য। আমরা একসাথে এখন পড়াশোনা করছি চার্লস ডিকেন্সের A Tale of Two Cities নিয়ে। So the question that Reshma had asked was, can we call Sidney Carton the hero of A Tale of Two Cities? And Priyanka had quipped that we can also call maybe Charles Darnay the hero of the...
No, sir. My question was, can we call Sidney Carton
whatever.
Tragic hero?
Oh, the tragic hero. Okay.
Yes,
And then also another question was, actually another alternative was put forward by Dolly, who said that both are heroes. Now, so far as the tragic hero is concerned, I am coming to it later.
Okay, sir.
First thing that I need to clarify is, who is the hero? Now, traditionally, a question has been asked for almost 100 years now regarding whether A Tale of Two Cities should not be called A Tale of Two Heroes, meaning thereby Charles Darnay and Sidney Carton. Now, some say that whereas Sidney Carton is the tragic hero of the novel, Charles Darnay, whose initials actually match those of Charles Dickens, Charles Darnay C.D., Charles Dickens C.D., is in a way the Dickens hero of the novel. He is a romantic hero because he wins the hand of the heroine of this novel, that is Lucy Manning.
Yes, sir.
Now, in a way, at least for a long time, this was quite incontrovertible so far as critical opinion goes. But now, first thing that we need to understand is that Charles Dickens has played with the concept of hero in many of his novels. Who is the hero? That is a very big question. Now, if I ask you whether we cannot call the doctor, that is Dr. Manning, the hero of the novel or not. Now, many of you have seen Bagban, the Amitabh Bachchan starrer film, which actually presents Amitabh Bachchan as an old man who has retired from his service and who is now economically, to a large extent, dependent on his son. We all know that Shakespeare, long ago, had also done the same thing when he actually presented King Lear as the indisputable hero of his tragedy by the same name, by the same title. Now, you see, so far all the important main characters of this novel is concerned, Alexander Manette is the person who is the most important character of the novel. In fact, the whole novel, so far as its plot is concerned, is set in motion with the release of Dr. Manning. Sunandita Mondal has asked me to explain the 3 books. You know, the first book calls itself the thing recalled to life, you know, remember this, recalled to life. So who is recalled to life? Obviously the person who is recalled to life is basically Alexander Manning, who was living in a tomb-like place, that is, but still
Okay. Yes, sir.
without any conceivable fault of his own. He is released from there, and to claim him, Mr. Lorry brings Lucy and and her nurse, Miss Foss, to this Paris. So what I really want to point out is Alexander Manning is the person who is the mainstay of the action. He is there on the stage, as they say, from the very beginning till the end. And the introduction of Charles Darnay and also of Sidney Carton, in a way, is consequent upon Alexander Manning. So in a way, there is now a group of critics who consider Alexander Manning to be the hero of the novel. Even though he is not a romantic hero, he is an old man. Now the question of the romantic hero is itself problematized by many writers, playwrights, novelists, and so on and so forth. Now, so far as the tragic hero concept is concerned, we all know who is the tragic hero.
Sir, Sidney.
You know, tragic hero is someone who is predominantly good, has got sterling qualities of head and heart. He may or may not be from the royalty or the aristocracy, because with the passage of time, there has been affected a kind of a democratization of the tragic hero concept. Whereas in the Greek plays, tragic heroes were those who were at least from the royalty, who were very great men or women. Now, over the years, tragic hero as a concept did democratize itself. As a result, anyone sufficiently great with sterling qualities of head and heart could become a tragic hero. He or she should have some fault or flaw in character. It could be an error of judgment, hamartia, or a fatal flaw, should commit some mistake. But at the same time, his or her death or downfall should arouse some sense of pity and fear, and also a catharsis of those emotions. You know, in Samson Agonistes, Milton says, "Come of mind, all passion spent." So this was what catharsis did. After spending or expenditure of all passions like pity and fear, there should ensue some kind of a tragic calm of mind. And there should be a sense of waste as well, you know, that someone great, someone noble has fallen. And it should arouse some kind of melancholy attitude in the audience or the readership. Now, so far as Sidney Carton is concerned, there are marked characteristics of tragic hero in him. For example, you know, he is a brilliant barrister, even though he is beset with one flaw of character that in a way divers him from striving for his own improvement. He loves Lucy but cannot gain her, but remains true and loyal to her, even though another person calls him or her wife. Sidney Cotton ultimately does something really noble. He raises himself to the dizzy height of greatness when he sacrifices himself and purchases the freedom and life of Charles Darnay, the object of Lucy Manet's love and passion, and Sidney does it at the cost of his own life. So in a way, he actually attains the heights of a tragic hero. And there is a sense of waste because both the family of the Manet and the Evermond family, Lucy, Dr. Manet, Charles Darnay, and their family friend Jarvis Lorry, all of them grieve for him. So in a way, he can very easily be called the tragic hero. But one problem that presents itself before us is the fact that Sidney Cotton does not have any specific fault that could be called his tragic or error of judgment. Whatever he does it with full knowledge. So there is nothing called a kind of a peripetia and anagnorisis. There is no recognition and reversal. So in a way, in some ways, Sidney Cotton has got marked tragic potential because he does not tamely submit to situation. He creates his own fate. That he does this, he substitutes Charles Darnay by himself. This is a conscious act. And in this, he displays what Corneille, the famous French writer, would call grâce d'âme, or the nobility of spirit, that helps one sacrifice himself and go down before fate not as a victim but as a fighter. He does not tamely surrender to the vagaries of fate. He writes his own fate, and he, in a way, writes the fate of those whom he loves. So in this, we can call him a tragic hero of sorts. In my next recording, I will try to answer Sunandita Mondol's query, and I will try to discuss the significance of the 3 books of A Tale of Two Cities. I think I have sufficiently allayed your fears and your doubts, Reshma.
Yes, sir.
So this much for the day. তুই একটা কাজ করবি, এবার এটাকে আমাদের গ্রুপে শেয়ার করে দিবি, ঠিক আছে? আর লিখে দিবি shared as instructed by ABC,
Okay, sir.
ঠিক আছে?